Question 1. Does the car not automatically lock when I walk away with both fobs in my possession? The answer is no. You either need to hit the lock button on your key fob or hit the silver button on the door handle in order to lock it. It doesn't have the automatic locking like some of the other brands do. Question 2. Is it possible for me to ever lock myself out of the car, for instance, if I left both fobs in my purse in the car and walked away for some time? The vehicle will not automatically lock. You can lock your keys in the car if you hit the lock button by the interior door handle, but that is the only way to lock your keys in the car. If you press the button on the outside of the car on the door handle, it won't lock if the key is in the car. Question 3, does this extra monitoring fee include OnStar checking the tire pressure for non-dangerous lower tire pressure? So actually in your instrument cluster, which I'll show you real quick. So right in here in your instrument cluster, if you use your arrows on the right-hand side of your steering wheel, you can scroll through and get down to your tire pressure monitor, and you can check your tire pressure right there. Question 4, seems my iPhone now connected to the screen can make phone calls without the iPhone connected to the port. But text messaging requires phone to always be connected to the port. So yes, if you properly set up the Bluetooth to the car, your phone will automatically connect to the car when you turn the car on, and the phone is in the car with you for you to make phone calls, answer phone calls, that kind of stuff. To do text messaging, yes, your phone does have to be plugged in with the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto activated so the text messaging will work. Number 5, I'm still getting used to holding down the talk button for calling, tuning, navigation commands. Siri seems to be crankier for texting. Is there a magic time for holding down the talk button? Realistically, you're probably 2 to 3 seconds. Once you'll hear it beep across your speakers. Once you hear that beep, it's time to start talking. That usually takes 2 to 3 seconds of holding down the talk button. Number 6, when I called OnStar for setup, I was told I needed to push the call button on top console to contact them to plug in my destinations. Can't I just type in destinations without constantly contacting OnStar? Absolutely. I believe your vehicle was equipped with the navigation built in, or you can use the Apple CarPlay and the maps on your phone if you prefer. And use the destinations that are plugged in there. You do not have to use the OnStar destinations, but OnStar is there because it is a satellite navigation system, while the other one that's built into the vehicle is not necessarily. But you can definitely use your phone maps when you plug in for Apple CarPlay. Number 7, I am getting accustomed to cameras. Have tested when someone passes behind my car. Will forward camera instigate a beep or seat vibration? If I get too close to objects in front of me, I'm afraid to test by getting that close. I don't believe your vehicle had the sensors on the front of it in order to do the beeping. It just has the camera. That camera, once you turn it on in your 8-inch touchscreen right there in the middle of your console, you should be able to see how close you are getting to something. However, you don't have the beeps, so you do need to be very careful when you are pulling up to something. Number 8, should I always keep crash alert button on, but not lane changer, especially when driving short distances? Question when tight squeeze 2-lane turn where I am on inside lane and have to tightly turn so close to opposite oncoming car in adjacent lane. This triggered braking and vibration when I could only make this turn as I did. Should I turn off the collision button and lane changer with this traffic pattern? Really, it comes down to personal preference. On my wife's car, she keeps them both on all the time because they are super handy, and she does mostly in-town driving. However, obviously, we're in Springfield, so traffic isn't outrageous here. I recommend always leaving them on. It really is up to you. They're both huge safety features that are really important to making sure that everyone's driving as safely as possible. Number 9, what is the traction button to the right of the glove box? I know it prevents the cruise control from working under certain conditions. Is it different from the 4-wheel drive control in the center console? So this button, actually, your traction control system, when it's engaged, which is 99% of the time while you're driving, it will prevent your wheels from actually slipping. And that's important because it'll prevent you from getting stuck or stucker in situations. You can turn that system off. It does cancel the cruise control, but that's not its main function. Its main function, if you do get extremely stuck and you need to get that extra traction, you need to get those wheels rolling, you can take that and turn that function off, and obviously use something for actual traction between the tire and the ground, but you can then help try to get yourself out of a sticky situation. Number 10, will OnStar let me know if my battery is running low? Is OnStar too duplicitous because console will flash low battery? So if your battery is being run down, it will flash you a low battery, but OnStar is not the one that's going to contact you. Actually, your instrument cluster above the steering wheel is where you're going to find that. There is a screen just like I showed you for the tire pressure. It'd be one right after the other where it will show you how your battery life is on that vehicle. And you can see how long your battery is actually lasting. Number 11, when do I need to set the trickler on the battery? So basically what that is, that comes down to your own preference there. These batteries are long-lasting batteries, so if you are gone for 3 weeks, there's a good chance it'll still be fine to drive. But if you want to put a trickle charger on there, definitely, by all means, your battery is located up under the hood. It should be right on top, and you should be able to see both contact points in order to hook up that trickle charger for you. It is a two-step process. On raising the hood, there is a latch that's down by where your emergency brake pedal would have been. And then there's another latch right in the center under the hood that you would stick your hand in, palm side down, and move it either left or right to unlatch that and pull the hood up. So that actually answers number 12 and answers number 13. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to make sure you're as safe and comfortable in your brand new vehicle and that you are extremely happy with your new purchase.